Hello and welcome back to my OOTP 20 series here with the Toronto Blue Jays. So as you can see, we are in the year 2026, which means I've got some bad news. So unfortunately, the game seems to have collapsed in on itself to the point where I can't even sim ahead one day. And as you can see, it says scheduled game cannot be completed. Too many players, Seattle Mariners at Toronto Blue Jays. So what that's indicative of is the fact that the computer is just not fulfilling any of its responsibilities. If we take a look at the rosters, you can see there's like 38 people on the active roster. There's 2 on AAA, and I've tried a number of different things. I've tried updating the game. I've tried doing a backup and reinstalling the backup, and unfortunately nothing quite seems to be working. And if I do kind of fix this roster issue and I sim ahead, then the game inevitably crashes in a couple weeks. So I'm kind of at a standstill right now, and I've actually quit my job as general manager just to see if I would be able to sim ahead. And so right now the computer should be taking control of the team, but unfortunately it's not doing that. And you end up with things like, again, 2 people being in AAA, the roster's not really being filled out. And this has been happening for a number of years now. I would say for the last 3 years maybe. I've just had to turn on ghost players and things like that. So unfortunately, it gets to be a little bit too much work when things like this are going on. OOTP, if you're watching this, this is a bug report, I guess. I'll probably file one as well, but unfortunately, it seems like I can't really move forward in this game. I've recorded a couple episodes from 2024 and 2025, but given that I know this has happened and given that we didn't really do well, I don't really see any point in releasing those episodes. I'd probably just rather start, a new OOTP series, but this is what happened. And I should take you through a couple of the trades because I know in the last episode we kind of did not a fire sale, but we definitely did some sort of a sale by trading sale. And so Josiah Gray was one of the guys who we got in that Chris Sale trade. As you can see, the first year and a half he wasn't, too great. I think his peripherals were definitely better than his results. But last year he really put it all together. Over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. Really, really a very solid arm. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on here because Girardi's not really updating his lineups. It's also definitely worth taking a look at Guerrero Jr. He seems to actually be declining a little bit, which is kind of strange. Certainly statistics-wise, he's still doing well. And he had a 4.8 win season last year. He seems to kind of be a 4 to 5 win player. I had kind of hoped he'd be a little bit more than that, but obviously, a great player nonetheless. And if you're wondering where Bo Bichette was, basically he was picked up in an expansion draft. But, he's been kind of up and down, so as you can see, basically through his age 25 season, he was very solid. But since then, has been, kind of up and down. One of our first-round picks, Dylan Cruz, seems to be in the major leagues and was doing pretty well. So, again, I wish I could sim ahead and just see, how all these players end up, because there are some people like Chad Tress, who I got in the first round a couple years back. He looks really, really good. I mean, I forgot about Jorge Martinez. He really looks like a stud. Yeah, Andy French, another guy who's really coming along nicely. So anyway, a couple bats that are definitely moving along. And it's hard to know if that would have been enough. So again, I'm sorry that, kind of ended up like this. I've tried a number of different things. I did have a game backup, but, I normally update my game backups, and I didn't really realize kind of what was going on with the computer until, I don't know, sometime last season, and I'd already made a backup for that season. So, and for a while, when there were only like 2 players in a certain league, you could just kind of enable ghost players, but at a certain point, like I said, the game just kind of started crashing, so that's when I really could not sim ahead. But anyway, thanks to everyone for watching this series. I did have a lot of fun with it, and I'm really looking forward to doing another series later this year. Again, let me know in the comments below what types of things you'd like to see. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next episode.